Nowadays, there's a ton of glamorous real estate shows on Netflix. They all make it seem like earning millions of dollars is easy. And it is, because I've done it. I've made over $2.5 million over the last few years as a brand new realtor. So if you've been thinking about getting your real estate license in 2026, you definitely want to watch this. I'm going to tell you all the behind the scenes stuff they don't show you on TV. How much money you can actually make as a new real estate agent, and if it's even a good idea right now. Let me start by explaining how real estate even works, because this is not a 9-to-5 job. This is all commission based, so you're not going to get a salary. But because it's commission based, you can make a lot of money very fast since your income isn't capped. Plus, you don't technically have a boss, so you actually have all this extra freedom to do whatever you want, which might not be as good as it seems, which I'm going to get into in a second. I say this as the number 2 agent in the world, having closed over 900 transactions and teaching 600 agents around the world. So there's only 3 ways to actually make money as a realtor. Let me explain each one. You could work with buyers, you could work with sellers, or you could work with renters. And depending on which one you work with, you're going to get a percentage of each deal you close. It's pretty simple. A buyer is someone that obviously wants to buy a house. So you're going to represent them as the buyer's agent. And usually you're going to get about a 3% commission on the total purchase price. So let's say, for example, the house that your buyer wants is $500,000. You're going to get 3% of that, which is about $15,000. Now, imagine closing 3 of those deals in a month. That's almost $50,000 in income. But there is another way to make even more money as a new realtor. That's when you work with a seller. So instead of getting 3%, now you're gonna get to earn double that, 6%. Let me explain how this works, because it's, again, very simple. So usually the entire commission is given to the seller's agent right from the beginning. Then the seller's agent gets to decide how much they're gonna give to the buyer's agent. Usually they're gonna split it 50-50. And if you're finding this confusing, just think of it like this. There's only 2 sides to a deal, right? You have a buyer, somebody that buys the house, and a seller, somebody that sells the house. So you're representing one or the other. Now, if you find the buyer yourself, you're gonna get to keep the entire 6% commission. So on a $500,000 home, 6% of that would be 30 grand, all at one time in one giant check. That's why everyone in real estate wants to work with sellers, because you could literally earn double the amount of money for basically the same amount of work. Okay, now there is a third way to make money as well, and that's working with renters. Typically, most brokers do frown upon this, but I've personally made millions of dollars in the last 5 years focusing on renters. After my second year in real estate, I actually made $500,000 in net commission because of this, which I'm going to explain exactly how I did it, because if you're getting your real estate license, working with renters right now is absolutely a goldmine because of the housing market. And I'm not joking, you can easily make $250,000 in your first year doing this. So here's how you get paid working with renters. You're gonna get half a month's rent commission for representing the tenant, and you're gonna get a full month's rent commission when you represent the landlord. So on a $4,000 rental, you can make $4 grand per deal. But here's the thing. You can close like 10 or 20 of these a month because it's only a couple hours of work. You are literally making more money than a doctor and a lawyer. Okay, so now that you know how you're gonna get paid as a realtor, what do you actually have to do on your day-to-day activities to earn that kind of money? I'm gonna start by breaking this down into a couple different categories to make it really simple, because you're gonna spend the bulk of your time on 5 different things. First is generating leads. There's a million different ways to generate real estate leads, so when you get your license, you really want to do your homework and try out a few of them. And remember what I said before, you can focus on getting buyer leads, seller leads, or renter leads. Okay, second, you're going to be doing showings. Now, you spend the majority of your time driving from house to house. So if you like driving, you're going to love being a real estate agent. Like me personally, I love to drive. So I ended up buying myself a BMW M3 and a Tesla Model S Plaid because I was in the car so frequently. Honestly, it's really cool because every day I get to choose which car I'm gonna drive to all these houses. So it just made it a lot more fun. On top of that, you get to see some really cool homes. Like I've been in $6 million mansions that would make my jaw hit the floor. And you're basically getting paid to look at awesome houses all day. But there is a huge catch to all of that, because the third thing you're gonna have to do is paperwork. Now, this is most agents' least favorite part of the job for obvious reasons. Now, me personally, I don't mind doing paperwork because if you're organized, it's not really that bad. All you're gonna be doing is writing up a couple contracts here and there, and because the mortgage companies handle the bulk of all the paperwork, you're actually not doing that much. Just expect to devote, 1 or 2 hours a day just to doing some contracts. Fourth is negotiating. And for me, this is by far my favorite part of the job, aside from cashing all the commission checks. If you've ever seen shows like Owning Manhattan, which is Ryan Serhant's show on Netflix, it really does feel like that most of the time.
I want this building. I can sell this building better than anybody else. I know you said no to me multiple times. I know I can't get to China right now. I brought you 5 deals in 1 day.
It's honestly pretty exhilarating going back and forth with the other agent and your client, the buyer, the seller. Oh, it's fantastic. You really get that sense of fulfillment once you get that contract signed. Fifth is gonna be problem solving. Now, this is debatable if this is fun or not. I personally love it, just like I love negotiating, but you're gonna be dealing with a lot of nonsense, at least for a few hours per day. But that's also a good thing. That means you're on the right track because you're busy, you have leads coming in, you're working on deals, you're cashing checks. You're bound to have problems when you're doing all of that kind of work. But because a problem can pop up at any time, you're basically working around the clock. Like it could be 8 o'clock on a Sunday night, and if something happens with a deal you're working on, you're gonna have to be there to fix it. Otherwise, they're gonna find somebody else that will. Okay, so now that you know how you're gonna get paid and what you're gonna be doing every day, let me tell you about my personal experience as a real estate agent and if I would actually recommend it, because I've had an amazing career these last 5 years. I wasn't born into real estate, and I definitely never had a dream of becoming a realtor. But I still made millions of dollars very quickly in a brand new state with no experience whatsoever. So if I can do that, seriously, anybody can. Let me show you my actual numbers over the first few years so you can get a general idea of what you might make. My first year, I made about $80,000 and I closed about 50 deals. Then in my second year, I made $250,000 and I closed 150 transactions. But in my third year, things really picked up for me and I ended up closing 250 deals, set a couple records, and I made $500,000 in commission. Ever since then, I've been making well over $500,000 a year. But now I'm doing it as a team leader. So that's the really cool part of real estate. If you work hard for the first few years, really grind as a solo agent, you can get a team and you're gonna be doing like 1/100th of the work that you were doing before, and you're gonna get paid just as much. That's why I said before, real estate is nothing like a 9-to-5 job. You're not capped about how much money you make. You can scale and grow really fast, and it's basically all up to you on how hard you're gonna work. If you wanna see my exact strategies, subscribe to my channel, and then once you get your real estate license, come back and check out a few of my videos. But in the meantime, let's figure out if it's even a good idea for you to switch careers right now. I want you to answer some questions for me very honestly, because quitting your job and starting a brand new career is a very big decision, and you shouldn't take that lightly. So I like to think of it this way. Are you in a job that is gonna take you decades to make any kind of meaningful amount of money? Because you really have to think. The person that owns the business, they're the ones that are gonna make all the profits, right? They're gonna reach the top very quick, and you're kind of gonna be left fighting over the scraps. Also, how do you like your job right now? Like, if you're doing something you love and you earn enough to be content, this is gonna be a pretty big change for you. Because remember, you're not gonna have a boss, which can be a blessing and a curse. Because when you have somebody telling you what to do every day, it's very comforting. You're gonna have direction, they're gonna be showing you what's right, what's wrong, but when you don't have somebody doing that, you're gonna be making all of these decisions for yourself. For example, if you're not generating leads, there's no way you're gonna generate business, which means you're not gonna make any money, which could be very scary. Seeing as it's 100% commission based, there's no salary at the end of the day. So if you're not closing deals and working with clients, you're gonna make $0. But what if you don't wanna change careers and you just want a side hustle? Maybe you wanna do real estate part-time. I've had a ton of agents that I've taught over the years that had a nice, $100,000 salary in their normal job, and they just wanted to make a little bit of extra side cash, maybe go on some vacations, not have to worry about their bills. So they got into real estate part-time.
What? Back in my job, I would make a bonus like twice a year. For 3 hours of work, you get the same amount for 6 months. It's kind of crazy.
I'm telling you right now, you can easily make more money as a realtor part-time if you're doing the right things. Now, to do real estate part-time, you're gonna have to follow a couple rules, right? Like if you're gonna have 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out the door, it's gonna be really difficult. So you're gonna want a job that has a little bit of built-in flexibility. Meaning during the day, you're gonna be able to answer some calls, maybe text, maybe email, maybe pop out for the occasional showing. Even then, that's not that big of a deal because you can show properties after 5 o'clock. Because remember, a lot of your clients that you're working with, they're gonna be working jobs too. And sometimes they can't get away from work. Or you can just show properties on the weekends. I'm not exaggerating when I say this. I've had many agents make well over 10 or 15 grand a month with a strategy that I'm doing right now. Then they end up quitting their full-time job to do real estate full-time. It's really cool. That's why I do recommend, if you're kind of unsure if you want to get your real estate license and do this full-time and make a big change by quitting your job, just test it out as a part-time agent. But the most important thing that you need to know is where the real estate market is headed over the next couple years. Because there have been a ton of changes to the housing market since the pandemic. First of all, home prices have absolutely exploded. I'm not even exaggerating here. They have literally doubled in some areas, which is making it very hard, if not impossible, for most normal families to buy a home. The good news is the real estate market is slowly going back to normal, but it's gonna take a few years. So you're gonna have to adapt to the change in pace. Because I know a lot of people are gonna scare you and say, don't get your real estate license, people can't afford homes, it's terrible right now. But if you get creative, or at least listen to people that are creative, there's a lot of massive opportunities right now. I mean, just think about it, right? If people aren't buying homes, what are they doing? They're renting homes. So if you're working with renters, and remember I said before, working with renters is kind of taboo, you're gonna clean up. Like, I've been doing this for 5 years and I've made millions of dollars and I still do it to this day. And then when the market goes back to normal, all of the people that you're helping rent a house, they're gonna buy a home from you. It's honestly a win-win. You're gonna make fast cash right now, you're gonna build up a huge database, and then you're gonna get all of these sales later on. It's honestly a cheat code to making millions of dollars as a brand new realtor. So now that you know where real estate is headed, should you actually become a real estate agent in 2026? The honest truth, it's really gonna depend on which category you're gonna fall into. Let me explain why I think you should get your license first, then I'm gonna explain why it might not be the best idea. And I want you to hear both before you decide. Okay, so the first category. If you're a risk taker, if you hate working for other people, right, like you don't want a boss, and you wanna make your own hours, you have no limit to how much income you're gonna make. This would be an amazing career for you. On top of that, there are so many realtors that are leaving the business right now. So I feel like there's a huge gap. There's a demand for a lot of good agents. Even with no experience, a lot of these realtors have no clue what they're doing. I'm serious. So you're gonna be able to compete with them right out of the gate. Think of it like this. To get your real estate license, it's a 63-hour class, and it's a 1-hour long multiple choice test. I promise you, I hardly paid any attention when I took the test, didn't even open my book, and I still passed on my first try. So the barrier to entry is very low, and it's inexpensive. However, let me talk about the second category, and if you fall into this one, I definitely would not become a real estate agent. So if you're the type of person that constantly needs somebody to give you directions, tell you what to do, tell you what tasks to work on, tell you when to be somewhere, real estate is gonna be a huge shock to you. Also, if you're not the hardest worker, maybe you're slightly lazy, which is okay. And if you don't wanna work nights and weekends, this is gonna be very difficult. Because think about it, you're not gonna have a steady paycheck coming in. So real estate might not be the best career choice. If you wanna hear the actual stats, and I don't mean to scare you away right now, but 75% of new realtors, they're gonna leave within the first year. And then 87% end up failing within 5 years. Those are really big numbers. But on the flip side, if you have an amazing personality, you're very social, you like talking to people, you like driving around showing properties and putting in offers and negotiating, you can make a lot of money very fast. Because remember how I said before, you don't have a boss? Well, technically you have hundreds of bosses because your clients, they're gonna be the ones that you have to impress and be there for. So you're basically trading one boss for hundreds.